Thank you so much for having me, Kennedy.
So obviously, as you point out, the framers had a very different intention for what the executive branch and the presidency would look like. How did FDR wreck everything?
It's a combination of a couple things. And again, this documentary, which people can check out on We the Internet TV, and they can see it directly if they just go to realityshowpresident.com. It outlines the fact that for the first 150 years of the country's history, the president was a pretty modest office in ways that would be unrecognizable to the average American. But then under FDR, sort of the combination of the public traumas of World War II and the Great Depression, plus FDR's own grand ambitions and aristocratic charm, and the invention of radio technology, enabled the president to fulfill a deep public appetite for a superhero savior.
Yes, absolutely.
For the first time, really, in the history of the American presidency.
Yeah, savior is a really good word.
Right, and it's having a direct emotional connection with the American public in a way that there had never been a connection like that before.
So this laid the foundation
provided them with comfort.
This laid the foundation, for the modern presidency. Not just President Trump, but think about Presidents Reagan and Clinton and President Kennedy. These were charismatic, transformational figures, and you could argue that President Trump is very much in the same mold. And executive power has only grown and grown and grown with successive administrations. So what do we do now to fix it?
I'm not sure it's fixable. I mean, what's basically happened since FDR through the course of Trump is we're adding more and more and more grotesque expectations as to what this office is supposed to be, right? It's not just the chief administrator. It's someone who has to be a savior of our souls, who's like through some sort of weird crypto-religious logic that I don't quite understand, like controls the American economy. He's also supposed to be the first person on the scene in the wake of a public tragedy or a natural disaster to administer alms to people. And those grotesque assumptions have enabled a steady expansion of executive authority.
So will President Trump be reelected?
But steadily, I don't know. I mean, I don't think there's any staunching that thirst for that kind of person. And I think that Trump is particularly good at serving as a master entertainer. That we've, particularly over the course of the Clinton presidency, it turns out that the American people have an insatiable hunger for scandalous, scintillating tidbits of presidential gossip or presidential news. And sure enough, Trump, it's just taken for granted that the average American citizen can't go more than 6 hours than thinking about the president.
That's very true. No,
but what I want to say, I want to make it clear.
Rob, we're up against a hard break. I want to make it clear that everyone needs to watch your